చెప్పారు కదా, అట్లా లవ్ డెఫినిషన్ చెప్పగలుగుతారా?
ఏంటి? What did you say?
లవ్ అంటే డెఫినేషన్ చెప్పమంటారు.
చెప్పు. లవ్ మళ్ళీ లేటర్ పార్ట్స్ లో వస్తుంది. భార్గవి నెక్స్ట్ పోర్షన్స్ లో వస్తుంది. వాట్ ఈస్ రియల్ లవ్ అనేది బాబా క్లియర్ గా డెఫినిషన్స్ ఇచ్చారు. ఈ చాప్టర్ బిగినింగ్ లో ఉన్నాం మనం.
Yeah. Can I suggest something, Ma? My Pavan, give me one moment? Let me suggest something. Let us pause this chapter here. Next week we'll pick up. But let us go around and let everybody share their perspective so far as we assimilate what we have learned so far. Okay? Can we do that? Because it's already looking at the time.
One more page, Pavan. You go.
One more page. Yeah, okay.
Material will get 3 points cover outai.
Okay, one more page. Pavan, you want to say something before I cover the next paragraph? Then we'll go around. I'm just thinking of time.
Yeah.
The flow. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to finish quickly.
Yeah.
So my takeaway so far is that two things actually. I know there are a lot of points discussed so far, but I felt there are two things. When you take lust or greed or a lot of these different things that have been infatuation, it appeals to a lower sensibility of ours, Armata. Okay, so it appeals to our senses. For example, it could be hunger, it could be some desires, it could be lust in a sexual sense, or it could be the lust for power, these kind of things. So it appeals to a lower side of our senses. Okay, so that's one distinction. Love is my takeaway is when there is a sense of unity. Unity ante you become one with that thing in a sense. Okay. So just going back to Bhargavi's question, ippudu Ravimai gave an example of music, right? So the lust aspect would be that I want to hear that music. I'm going for some concert. Let us say some MS Subbulakshmi concert is happening and we are going for that concert. I can't wait for it. I'm going there. Once I attend there also, I want to tell the world I'm attending a MS Subbulakshmi concert. Then I'm over there. I'm feeling extremely ecstatic. The songs start appealing to my senses of beautiful music, Anmata. Okay, so that would be in the context of one of these things, lust. I don't know whether to use that is the right word, but any of these words that have come up, adjectives. Okay. Love in the same context would be becoming in that 1 hour concert, becoming one with that music, Anmata. Okay, and the meaning of that music, a spiritual experience that we have during that music concert. To me, that is love. Okay, and maybe the music concert aipotundi, Bhargavi, I'm coming out into the car and I'm still in that same state of mind, irrespective of that music itself continuing. In fact, I am in that sense of unity that has got achieved. To me, that is love. There is no sense of expectation. There is no sense of greed. There is no sense of nake kavali inkevarki experience avakudu. Oh, I'm the one who got the experience. None of that. It's just a sense of harmony, right, with whatever that experience is, right, is what my takeaway is. So yeah, that's it, Kiran. I have some other comments on the previous thing, but we'll talk later.
We'll come to that. Yeah, very nice, Pawan. I like what you said. Very nice.
Beautifully explained, Pawan.
Good. So why don't I do this? I'm going to read this next section where it talks about love and greed, and it talks about and infatuation, and I'll end it. Next week we will pick up from pure love awakened through grace. Okay, somebody else can also read. Okay, let me finish this paragraph, next one, and then we'll go around. Love is equally different from greed. So we distinguished between love and lust before. Now we're coming to greed. Love is equally different from greed. Greed is possessiveness in all its gross and subtle forms. It seeks to appropriate gross things and persons, as well as such abstract and intangible things as fame and power. In love, the annexation of the other person to your individual life is out of the question, and there is a free and creative outpouring that enlivens and replenishes the psychic being of the beloved, independently of the expectation for the self. We have the paradox that greed, which seeks for the appropriation of another object, in fact leads to the opposite result of bringing the self under the tutelage of the object. And love, which aims at giving away the self to the object, in fact leads to a spiritual incorporation of the beloved in the very being of the lover. So this I thought was a complex sentence, but it's beautiful. Basically, in greed, you are seeking something, another object, and in seeking that object, you become slave to that object almost, you become under that object. Whereas in love, you are giving away the self to that object. So instead of being under, you're actually, you are becoming part of it, or it becomes part of you. So it just shows that it has an opposite effect. In greed, the self tries to possess the object, but is itself possessed by the object. So in greed, the self tries to possess object, but becomes possessed by the object. In love, the self offers itself to the beloved without any reservations, but in that very act, it finds that it has included the beloved in its own being. Just to wrap this up, infatuation, lust, and greed constitute a spiritual malady which is often rendered more virulent by the aggravating symptoms of anger and jealousy. Pure love, in sharp distinction, is the bloom of spiritual perfection. Human love is so tethered by these limiting conditions that the spontaneous appearance of pure love from within becomes impossible. So when such pure love arises in the aspirant, it is always a gift. Pure love arises in the heart of the aspirant in response to the descent of grace from the master. When pure love is first received as a gift of the master, it becomes lodged in the consciousness of the aspirant like a seed in favorable soil. And in the course of time, the seed develops into the plant and into a full-grown tree. So we will pause today's section here. We'll pick it up next time because it starts bringing the master.
Kiran,
Yes, ma'am.
Kiran, one more page ఉంది. నువ్వు చదివేయచ్చు. ఆన్ ద హోల్ డిస్కస్ చేయొచ్చు అందరూ. ఎందుకంటే ఈ మధ్యలో ఉన్నప్పుడు లాస్ట్ పాయింట్ డిస్కషన్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. ఇంకొక
we spent
1 more page is there. 1 more.
4 more pages are there.
ఇక్కడ మా దగ్గర 1.5 పేజ్ ఉంది అంతే. చదివితే కంటిన్యూయేషన్ ఉంటుంది. డిస్కషన్ కి ఇట్ విల్ బి ఓపెన్ ఫర్ ఎనీథింగ్. హోల్ ఆన్ ద హోల్ వి కెన్ డిస్కస్. అది చూడు, అది మధ్యలో కట్ చేసి చూడు. డిసెంట్ ఆఫ్ గ్రేస్ కమ్స్.
Kiran, I agree with your mother. Okay. Why do you want to stop now?
My own impression, if I can share with both of you, you people have read this many times. I tried to read this before today, okay, to get my understanding. I found it was beautiful, the chapter.
You take the opinion of everybody.
1 minute. Okay. What I'm trying to say, but the reason I'm saying that is I found that the first half was easier to understand. And the second part was a little more complex for me, okay?
Okay, then.
That is why I was thinking that. But I don't know, any other opinions? Pawan, Bhargavi, because you're...
Yeah.
But Pawan, Kiran, this is my suggestion. See,
okay.
People can stop you from asking questions. Nothing wrong with that. So we can go, if it is complicated, we should go a little slowly. That's all there is to it.
I'm just thinking of time. We have maybe another half an hour. We may not be able to cover.
Kiran, నువ్వు స్టాప్ చేసింది ఎలా ఉందంటే మంచి అది నెక్స్ట్ ది కంటిన్యూయేషన్ ఉండాలి ఆ సెంటెన్స్ కి. అది ఇప్పుడు బై గ్రేస్ సీడ్ వేస్తారు, హౌ ఇట్ గ్రోస్ అనేది నెక్స్ట్ పేరాలో ఉంది. అలాగా దాన్ని ఎండ్ చేయాలి, దాని టాపిక్. అది నేను అందుకు చెప్తుంది.
Okay, ma, let me continue on. I will finish
slowly.
Next para.
Continue slowly, Kiran, and then we will stop. Anybody can stop Kiran and ask questions.
Okay, stop me anytime, okay?
ఇది కంటిన్యూ చేయి. సీడ్ అన్నావు కదా, సీడ్ డెవలప్స్ ఇంటూ ప్లాంట్ అండ్ దెన్ దట్ విల్ బి కంటిన్యూయేషన్ నెక్స్ట్ para.
I'll continue on till the end. Okay, anybody stop me along the way. The descent of the grace of the master is conditioned, however, by the preliminary spiritual preparation of the aspirant. This preliminary spiritual preparation for grace is never complete until the aspirant has built into his psychic makeup some divine attributes. When a person avoids backbiting and thinks more of the good points in others.
Can you share the screen, please? You have.
Oh, it's not sharing?
Yes, it is not sharing. You have stopped sharing.
Okay, let me share again because it says I'm sharing. Let me share once more. Share screen.
Share చేస్తున్నాడు enlarge చేయి.
కాదు, I think
మీ దగ్గర డిస్కోర్స్ బుక్ పంపమంటాను ఎవరికైనా నేను బుక్ చూస్తుంటే.
Can you see?
Yes, now it is clear. Yeah.
Okay, I'm continuing. So I'm here right now. One of the greatest obstacles hindering the spiritual preparation of the aspirant is worry. When with supreme effort this obstacle of worry is overcome, a way is paved for the cultivation of the divine attributes which constitute the spiritual preparation of the disciple. As soon as
Kiran, కొంచెం ముందు
okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Well, okay.
Never complete.
Okay.
When a person avoids backbiting నుంచి చెప్పు.
For example, అని చెప్పి when a person avoids backbiting, అది ఆ సెంటెన్స్ వదిలేసి ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ backbiting అనేది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్.
అవును. Yes.
When a person avoids backbiting and thinks more of the good points in others than of their bad points, and when he can practice supreme tolerance and desires the good of others even at the cost of his own self, he is ready to receive the grace of the Master. One of the greatest obstacles hindering the spiritual preparation of the aspirant is worry. When with supreme effort this obstacle of worry is overcome, a way is paved for the cultivation of the divine attributes which constitute the spiritual preparation of the disciple. So for me, I have to admit that my own idi mundu also, and even now when I read it, worry gabukkan vachesindi. I don't see the link with the previous thing of backbiting and bad points, etc. So
ఒక్కొక్కసారి స్కిప్ అవుతాయి కదా, పర్లేదు.
చెప్పండి అత్త.
ఒక్కొక్కసారి 2 సెంటెన్స్లు స్కిప్ అయిపోతాయి కదా, అలా వదిలేమో అని చెప్తున్నాను అంతే.
Okay. As soon as the disciple is ready, the grace of the Master descends. For the Master, who is the ocean of divine love, is always on the lookout for the soul in whom his grace will fructify, will bear fruit.
Kiran, let's stop here. Here. Because there's a beautiful message here. Very, very powerful, I think. Very, very powerful.
Yeah.
To receive grace from the Master, that is the best thing we can ever want. But grace, God's grace is always there. Is always there. Sunlight is always there. We cannot throw seeds on the ground, but we have to plow the ground, dunnala, soil ni loose cheyala, and వేరే మొక్కల్ని వీటిని తీసేయాలా, అండ్ దెన్ సీడ్స్ పాతాలా, దెన్ నీళ్లు పోయాలా, అప్పుడు సన్లైట్ ఆల్రెడీ వస్తుంది, అప్పుడు ద ప్లాంట్ గ్రోస్, రైట్? సో sunlight is always there. Just like that, God's grace is always there. So it is the question always confusing for a lot of humanity is, how do we get grace? That is the big question for all of us. Okay? And Baba gave very beautifully in these 2 aspects of our problems. Very simply, he said, we do backbiting. Remember, Pavan gave a beautiful talk on backbiting last year. Maybe we should repeat it. I happened to take Pavan slides and gave to 3 or 4 people, 4 groups. I gave the same talk. In fact, actually, last night we had a talk among our group, weekend group, on backbiting. So backbiting and worry, these are the 2 things we think we can do it. But I think we have to work on these 2 things apart from love, greed, lust, anger. If we can work on these things, I think it will certainly achieve this grace.
నాకు ఈ backbiting obvious, I could see it. అంటే
కిరణ్
Yes, sir.
కిరణ్ నీ క్వశ్చన్ కి నేను ఆన్సర్ వరి ఎందుకు సడన్ గా తెచ్చారని అంటున్నావు కదా.
Correct.
బికాజ్ ఏంటంటే వి హ్యావ్ ఇన్సెక్యూరిటీ, లస్ట్, గ్రీడ్, యాంగర్, పొజిటివ్నెస్ తో వరి మొదలవుతుంది. అప్పుడు బ్యాక్ బైటింగ్ ఏంటి, తనకి రాలేదు వేరే వాడికి వచ్చిందని బ్యాక్ బైటింగ్ మొదలవుతుంది. బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ద వరి, తనకి రాలేదు అనేది. బికాస్ ఐ డిడ్ంట్ గెట్ ఇట్. దట్ లస్ట్ అంటే నాట్ ఓన్లీ ఫిజికల్, అలా లస్ట్ అనేవారిని పర్టికులర్ థింగ్. ఇప్పుడు మోటార్ బైక్ చెప్పింది కరెక్టే, అది నాగేశ్వరరావు గారు చెప్పారు. ఆ బైక్ ఇన్ఫాక్చుయేషన్ ఆన్ దట్ బైక్, ఆ ఇన్ఫాక్చుయేషన్స్ లో వెళ్ళి దీంట్లో మోజ్ అంటాం తెలుగులో అన్నమాట. ఆ లారీ వస్తుంటే 2 మోటార్ సైకిల్స్ అనుకుని స్పీడ్ గా వెళ్ళి యాక్సిడెంట్ అయ్యింది. దట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ఫాక్చుయేషన్. అది సో అప్పుడు వరి ఎప్పుడంటే ఈ లస్ట్, గ్రీడ్, యాంగర్ ఉన్నప్పుడు, పొజిటివ్నెస్ ఉన్నప్పుడు, సెల్ఫిష్నెస్ ఉన్నప్పుడు వరి మొదలవుతుంది మనకి. సెల్ఫ్లెస్నెస్ ఉన్నప్పుడు వరి ఉండదు. ఓకే, లెట్ us help others, let us give ours to others, real happiness lies in making others happy అన్నారు. అప్పుడు వరి ఉండదు, మన వాళ్ళకి ఇచ్చినప్పుడు. అది జై బాబా.
No, it's good. And worry is born out of the fact that you may not, your lust or greed is not going to be fulfilled. Worry, kada?
స్పిరిచువల్ ప్రిపరేషన్ కోసం ఈ రెండు మానుకోవాలంటారు, బ్యాక్ బైటింగ్ అను వర్రీ. అప్పుడు మాస్టర్ గానీ అవతారం గానీ వచ్చి మనకి బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ ఈ విధంగా ఈ రెండు లేవు కాబట్టి ఆయన హెల్ప్ వస్తాడు. లాస్ట్ సెంటెన్స్ last sentence is the conclusion.
One more point I would like to add. Worry is just a simple word, right? We experience worry, but why we have to question, why are we worrying? Worrying can be 1,000 things. Oh, I want the motorcycle. Oh, I am not getting it. That can be one worry, you know. Second worry is, oh, I have to go and work now. Oh, I want to get the other thing. I'm not getting it. The salary I'm getting, I'm not getting it. You know, the person at work is too rude to me. I don't know how to tackle. It can be 1,001 things that causes worry to us. So that is what we have to address. Why are we worrying? What is the cause? How are we going to address that cause? How are we going to evolve out of those fundamental things? That comes from the knowledge and practice. This is not a one day. It's not simple like backbiting, at least very single issue here. Not talking about others. But worry, it can be 1,001 things. So Baba is not making it simple. He is making us a lot more complicated to think about.
Nice. No, thank you. Very good. I'll continue. Pavan, I think when the voices come, I cannot make out.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think, but a lot is being spoken. So I think just keep going. I'm thinking you should, you know, there's so much of discussion happening. You should just continue with the discussion and continue the remaining reading for the next time, you know. I mean, why are we thwarting the discussions? Because we read the content, you know. I mean, people should share more. It's a very relevant topic, and I think logically...
Okay, let's pause it here and we will share. Okay.
So many people can talk and discuss. It's a very relevant topic.
I agree.
Each one, Pavan, Kiran, each one give time and ask.
Ma, please. I'm trying to say something for quite some time, actually. Just one point, let me complete. I think everybody mute now, and everybody should get a chance now. Okay.
Correct.
So back to your point, my reading, I've never read this chapter before, so I'm going through quite intricately. With your reading, Kiran, and I felt that initially Baba has very beautifully explained the construct of love, distinctions of love with lust and greed and all these different things. So he set the stage on Mata, and in this paragraph he has come down to all the other things that was explained were something like symptoms, Anko, think of it. But like a doctor, now he's coming down to let's go to the root cause of these things, right? How do we solve this problem? And that is where the backbiting and worry comes into play as a sort of the two big villains that ultimately causes us to move towards greed and lust and infatuation and anger and so on and so forth. Okay. And so if you are able to work on backbiting and worry, then we are able to replace all those different adjectives that Baba has explained in the previous paragraphs with love. So that's the way I'm connecting all these different content that you read so far. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Pawan, very nice. Yeah, good. No, I think I'm getting it. Yeah, good. So, Pawan, do you have anything more to add or share? We'll go round robin.
I was just trying to think about, one point is, I was thinking about the previous paragraphs where there were three things Kada Baba speaks about, which is love and reason going in parallel. I was thinking of two parallel lines, love and reason going sort of conflicting with each other. And then the third point being love and reason being in harmony. Okay. To me, like the first part, and I was trying to get the example. I felt Shakuntalata's example was very good for the first one, which is, I feel that sometimes many of us are in that stage as well. Baba, do I love Baba? Yes. But whenever there is a conversation, different topics, different times, right? When Gautami challenges me on that through a reason conversation, then I don't have an answer many times. I say, Abba, don't go through reason. Just you go with your belief, go with your heart. That kind of a conversation comes, Anmata, because I'm not able to provide a reason for it. There's no reasoning that I'm able to provide. I'm not able to provide an intellectual, reason-based way of saying it. And maybe I'm just rationalizing that by saying that these things should not be provided with reason, actually. These things you have to go with your faith and belief, Anmata. So that's what we have heard many times in multiple conversations. So that's for the first one. In terms of the conflict, it is, I feel many times, I'm sorry, I'm giving very grounded examples and trying to validate if my understanding is correct. Take yourself, Kiran, in many ways, right?
Yeah.
There is a lot of different times where you're toggling between, on the one hand, there is love for God, Baba, higher consciousness. There is an attraction, there is a longing towards it. But then the reason comes into play and says, hey, this can't be right. And there is a fundamental conflict between the two. All right. And so that creates that's what I was thinking, at least in my mind, when that second point was being spoken about. Okay.
Oscillation. Yeah.
Oscillation of reason versus the love. There is a longing. There is that feeling of some drawing. You're drawn towards it in a certain time, but again, the brain or reason or logic comes into play, and it says, no, that can't be right. How can this be right? How can that be wrong? And so there is a conflict on matter. And the last part is where in your being, your brain and your heart and your thoughts and your emotions are all, nicely in harmony, where right at the core of your being, you feel that love, Anmata. Okay. In this context, I'm talking about for Baba. Okay. But I'm sorry, I'm going to add one point, and this is still a pre-final stage where you are still in a sense of duality, Anmata, because you still feel that where with all that harmony, I'm still separate from Baba. Okay, that's the pre-final stage in the sixth plane. And then when you get to the seventh plane, or forget that, God realization is essentially that unity that gets created completely, where you say that I am that. And so when I am that, even the question of love is irrelevant, because I am that in that way. I love Baba is I love myself. It's completely in unison to in that way. That's why I felt love is about unity, about feeling one with that, whatever that might be. So that's my key points. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Jai Baba. Very good. Very nice. I think, yeah.
Bhargavi, you should ask. Sorry.
Okay, who wants your Bhargavi next? Perspective.
యాక్చువల్గా ఇదంతా విన్న తర్వాత నాకు చాలా కన్ఫ్యూజన్ వచ్చింది. హ్యూమన్ ఈజ్ ద హయ్యర్ ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ లవ్ అన్నారు కదా, కానీ వీల్ ఆల్ అగ్రీ దట్ డాగ్ యానిమల్ లవ్ ఇస్ మోర్ హయ్యర్ దెన్ అస్ అన్నది as far as I know, universal truth అన్నది ఇది. సో అక్కడ నాకు కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్ వచ్చింది. నెక్స్ట్ ఇంకోటి ఏంటంటే, హౌ డు యూ డిఫైన్ అంటే ప్రతి మనిషికి ఒక ఏదో ఒకటి, అంటే దేవుణ్ణి నమ్మినా నమ్మకపోయినా ఏదో ఒక ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ లవ్ అన్నది వాళ్ళకి ఉంటుంది. సో అంటే భగవంతుణ్ణి ఇష్టపడటమే లవ్. సో కొంతమంది వాళ్ళ పిల్లలకి విపరీతమైన ప్రేమ ఉంటుంది, కొంతమందికి వైఫ్స్ హస్బెండ్స్ని ప్రేమిస్తారు. సో అది లవ్ కింద, అంటే ఇన్సైడ్ ఇంకొక ప్రతి మనిషిలోని ఒక దేవుడు ఉన్నాడు అంటారు కదా. సో ఇలా హ్యూమన్ ఫామ్లో లవ్ చేస్తే అది కన్సిడరేషన్ డివైన్ లవ్ కింద రాదా? నెక్స్ట్ బాబా గారి ప్రేయర్లో మోర్ అండ్ మోర్ స్టిల్ వి బికమ్ యూనియన్, ఆ మోర్లో వాట్ ఈస్ ద స్కేల్, అంటే స్కేల్ రేంజ్ ఏంటి? సో నాకు ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇస్తారా ఎగ్జాక్ట్గా వాట్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ లవ్? చాలా ఫార్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ లవ్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా. సో what is considered to be divine love?
అది ఫుల్ చాప్టర్ చదివితే డివైన్ లవ్ ఒకళ్ళు అడిగారు, బాబా వాట్ ఈస్ డివైన్ లవ్ అని, ఒక లవర్, అమెరికన్ లవర్. నువ్వు చాలా రోజులు అవుట్ సైడ్ కంట్రీకి వెళ్ళి వచ్చావు, ఇంటికి రాగానే పిల్లలు చినిగిపోయిన బట్టలతో తిండి లేకుండా ఉంటే ఎలా ఫీల్ అవుతావు అంటే ఐ క్రై అని అన్నారు. Do you have the same feeling when you see an orphan on the road? No Baba, I won't get the same feel. That if you have the same feeling for that child also, that is divine love. మనకి స్టేజెస్ ఉన్నాయమ్మా. ఫుల్ చాప్టర్ అవుతే లేటర్ పార్ట్ లో బాగా బాబా డిస్క్రైబ్ చేస్తారు, నీకు ఆన్సర్స్ దొరుకుతాయి. భార్గవి, మళ్ళీ నీతో మాట్లాడతాను, నీతో భార్గవి.
Also, one more point is, if you read Baba books, Baba showed that love. Whatever we can understand, it's almost impossible for us to understand that divine love. But if we read Baba's love, how he acted at different times, we can understand based on our own ability of understanding love. Jai
Baba. Bhargavi, I want to just very quickly respond to each of that. Ippudu you gave, let me take one by one. The dog's love, you're right. You heard of the word called microcosm kada, like a subset of it. Endukante the dog's love is usually for their master or their family, not outside. In fact, they are very territorial kada. Ippudu
reason undananta, it is the first type of love, it has a reason.
Yes. What it is that love is very, very pure and very, very loyal, and it's considered a very high form of love, but it is restricted in a way that it is restricted to a family or what they are associated with. They can be very aggressive or territorial. They are by nature very territorial. Okay, so in its own way, it's very pure and good love, but I think what Baba talks about love as a universal thing, Bhargavi. So similarly for mother's love, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a very, very pure love, as an example. But Baba says that when that is extended across as far as possible, as wide as possible, then that would be moving in the direction of true love or pure love. So that is my response to it, actually. Okay. So yeah, that's where it is. You take Baba himself. Baba had, during his living days, he had the same sort of love. He was a son also. He was a son to his mother and father. He was a brother. He was a brother to his brothers and sisters. But the love that he had for them was the same kind of love that he had for some stranger on the road or for a must. So that is the universality of that love, Anmata. That's what Baba talks of as true love. Adi. That's my understanding. Jai Baba.
Nice, Pawan. Very good. Actually, Bhargavi, very good questions also. But I think this chapter, like you said, for me also, I read it. I found it very good, actually. But also towards the back part, confusing. But I think that's the beauty of trying to understand, through that complexity and of understanding, we will learn more and get more. Yeah. Very
See,
nice.
this is a very powerful, very powerful chapter. Many of the discourses chapters are very powerful. We can get a lot of knowledge, not by just reading once,
Yeah.
by repeated reading, we can get more out of it. That's my experience.
Yeah.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Jai Baba. Very good, Bhargavi. Very nice. Who wants to go next? Chantimai? Chantimai mute lo unnada?
వస్తున్నాడు
చెప్పమై.
నేను చదువుతాను మళ్ళా నెక్స్ట్ టైం. దీనికి ఈ చాప్టర్ బాగా చదివి అంతకుముందు కొద్దిగా ఐడియా ఉంది. నెక్స్ట్ టైంకి నేను బాగా ప్రిపేర్ చేస్తాను.
అలాగే ఫర్ షూర్. ఓకే,
బిఫోర్ దట్ టాపిక్ చదివి రావాలి అందరం. వాట్ ఎవర్ టాపిక్ అందరం చదివి ప్రిపేర్డ్ గా రావాలి మనందరం నెక్స్ట్ టైం నుంచి.
ప్రభాకర్ మై, యు వాంట్ టు గో నెక్స్ట్?
దట్స్ ఎ గుడ్ ఐడియా. చదివి వస్తే గీత చెప్పింది, ఇట్స్ ఎ గ్రేట్ ఐడియా. దట్ వే వీ కెన్ గో డీప్ ఇన్ టు అండర్స్టాండింగ్. దట్స్ ఆల్ దేర్ ఇస్ టు ఇట్. వి ఆర్ ద వన్ హూ ఇస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి బెనిఫిటెడ్.
చదివి రావాలి, మీటింగ్ రావాలంటే చదివితే చాలా తెలుసు.
అవునత్త, నో డెఫినెట్లీ మై అత్త అమ్మ చెప్పినట్టు, because I knew I was reading, I read it. Otherwise normally if somebody else is doing, I won't read kada, and I'll come passively, but I certainly benefited from reading. Prabhakar mai?
బాగుందిరా. నెక్స్ట్ టైం నేను చేస్తాను.
ఓకే.
కిరణ్ చాలా బాగా చెప్పావు. ఓపిక్గా విన్నావు మా మాటలన్నీ.
Jai Baba. Atta, you want to share anything more, Atta? Anything else you want to add on the topic, or overall any other comments?
మీరందరూ చేస్తున్నారు కదా మా డిస్కషన్, మంచి డిస్కషనే చేశారు. ఇంక నేను ఏమీ యాడ్ చేయవలసిన అవసరం ఏం లేదు.
ఓకే,
చెప్పి ఫాలో అయిపోవడమే నా ఇది. చాలా బాగుంది.
Good discussion. Amma, you want to share something, Amma?
Just only 3 minutes I'll take. Okay.
Okay.
బాబా చెప్పినప్పుడు బాబా నువ్వు చెప్పావు చూడు, సీడ్ వేస్తారని.